What's up, everybody? This is going to be the tutorial for the version 3 Xbox 360 12TB setup. So this has every single Xbox game, Xbox Live Arcade, Xbox Live Indie game, Kinect, OG Xbox. It has all these games on one single 12TB external hard drive connected through an internal SATA connector. This is been years in the making. Every single game on this console has been checked, or all the Xbox 360 games have been checked that they work. So any problems that any games that would have problems have been fixed. All Xbox Live Arcade games as well. OG Xbox games. This console has every single OG Xbox game that was officially backwards compatible, so they will all 100% work. DLC has been checked for all Xbox 360 games to make sure they work. All title updates for the Xbox 360 games are already downloaded, so you don't have to download them from Microsoft or anywhere else. Yeah, there's just kind of a lot here. This video is just gonna be sort of a tutorial on what the console offers and all of its features, and what to do when you actually receive the console. So first, we're just gonna start out with some general Aurora settings. Okay, so Aurora is this is it with all the games. It's its own separate interface from the original, standard dashboard. Now, you can kind of just go through the entire list of games if you want by pressing left and right trigger or moving the left stick. But if you want to sort of filter out some games, what you'll do is use left and right bumper. So if I hit a bumper, I can filter through Xbox Original, Homebrew, Kinect, all Xbox 360 music games, sports games, racing and flying, fighting, and regular standard games, along with arcade and general Xbox 360. So say I just want, let's just do sports. So I just want Xbox 360 sports games. I hit that, I'll press A on it. You have to give it a second. It is going to have to index all those games. Here we are, and these are all the sports games for Xbox 360. You can kind of see, you can press Y and go in the little menu, see the title updates already applied, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So the left and right bumpers are mainly, it's a nice little feature to have if you just want, it's for all of them. So right now I'll just go back to show all. So you'll have sort of like a game menu. So if I press Y on this game, you'll see this is sort of like I guess I'm just going to call it like a game menu. You have title updates here. If you press left, you can see more options. You can see DLC, you can go to the file manager. If you go all the way down here, you can rename, you can hide it, you can delete it. Most importantly, if you go to the play button and press left, you'll see trainers. And if this game, which it does, has a trainer, these are sort of like mini mod menus without like a nice graphical interface. It's sort of like, infinite ammo, infinite health, infinite like tools or stuff like that in some games. So I'm going to go to Alien Isolation and give a better example. All right, so here we are. So if I go to the trainer in Alien Isolation and press A, you'll see that at the top right it says 1 compatible. If I press Y, it says that the compatible title updates is just title update number 1. Now, if I actually want to use this trainer, I have to make sure that I'm using title update 1. So if I go to title updates, enter it, and there it is, 1 is selected. If I have 2 selected and go back to the trainer, it'll say 0 are compatible. So, and even if I were to try and press A, it wouldn't work. So I'll go back, go to 1, and now I'll be able to launch the trainer. If you scroll left on this kind of tile, you can go all the way to download cover. I don't have any network right now, but you'll be able to see a little menu to download cover art if you don't like the one that's already here. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about some trainers now. So let's actually play this game with the trainer. It's going to take a little longer to load because it is a multi-disc game. I'll be right back until we're at the actual home menu. All right, as you can see, this loaded up when I started the game. So start and back are going to be the activate buttons. So if I press OK, it'll load me in the game. It'll apply. There it goes. You see the text at the bottom. So if I press start and back at the same time, you have to wait for that to go away. Hold on. You'll see a little menu like this come up, like a little keyboard, and it's very self-explanatory. At the top, you'll see if you just hit 1, it'll just enable infinite items, scrap, and medikits for this game. So say I just want that, I'll press done, and you'll see a message come up. There it is, it's been activated. So when you're in game, you'll actually see it reflect. If I want to get rid of it, you'll press the same start and back, and press 1 again, or like the whatever you had enabled first. So 1 again, and it'll unload it. Very simple. It's kind of nice. A lot of games have it. I think there's a couple hundred trainers on this, so that's a lot of games. Let's go to Xbox Live Arcade trainers, because those are a little bit different. Xbox Live. All right, so for this example, we're going to use 0 Day Attack on Earth. You can see it's an Xbox Live Arcade game. You got the orange back case, and it says it. So some of these games will have a trainer attached to them. Not all of them will, but some do. What you're going to do is you're going to load the trainer first. It'll bring you back into Aurora, and then you'll play the game. It's very simple. So I'm going to just press A on this game. It'll look like nothing really happened, but there it is. You can kind of see the trainer did load, and then Aurora will start to load, and then we'll launch the game. So I'm going to skip the loading here. All right, now that we're back in, I can just hit A here, and the game will start. Trainer will be loaded already. Give me 1 second. I'm going to let this game load. All right, I'm in the game menu, and to launch these menus, you have to press its D-pad up and start. So D-pad up and start at the same time, and there you go. To see the codes, you just do down D-pad 4 times, and you'll see this little menu. So if I want infinite health, it's right trigger 4 times. It's self-explanatory. So I'll hit continue, and then do the same thing, up and start. It's kind of hard. You have to kind of time it right. There it is. And then I'm just do right trigger 4 times, and then you'll see the controller vibrates, and infinite health is activated. And it's the same thing with the other trainers, where you do the same thing again, right trigger 4 times, and it'll deactivate whatever you had activated. Very simple. It's nice to have some little help in these games, especially ones that you may not be so familiar with. Let's go back to Aurora. All right, so in Aurora, there's some things that you can do to make it look a little bit different. If you press B when you're at the list of games here, you'll be sort of put into this menu. If you go to theme and you go to background and change, there's a few backgrounds here that are already here. If you'd like to, change it up a little bit, you can do like a blue Xbox background. Kind of looks cool. I'm gonna change it back to green. There is a way to change the way the layout is for the cover art. So you can do like bookshelf, and you can kind of see it looks like a bookshelf. B again. There's a bunch here. Flock. This one's interesting. A little more zoomed in. I'm going to keep it at the standard one though. Don't really mess with any other things in here. They're kind of already set up in the correct way. Now there are going to be some games that don't just launch normally, and you'll know which games have problems by their names. Like the Assassin's Creed games here. So here, 1 sec. Okay, so you'll see that it says unload Nova module in this game title. And to get more information, press Y, and you'll see in the synopsis I've put the things you need to do in order for the game to actually launch. So you have to unload Nova, or you'll be stuck on a black screen. So in order to do that, it says, where is it? Yes, so it's start. You go back, you'll hit start, go to modules, Nova, unload. Press A, go B, back, get back, and then you'll be able to play the game normally. Oh, wait and see. There you go. So no black screen, you get booted right into the game. Sweet. A few more things to talk about. All right, so now we're going to sort of talk about OG Xbox games. I have them filtered here through the little menu here, so I'll press A. Now, you need to start up your console by pressing the eject button right after you press the power button. What this will do is it will disable the stealth server so you can actually play these games. You can't have a stealth server active, or else OG Xbox games just do not work. So I'm going to throw in the clip here on actually how to launch or actually boot up your console. All right, so you're gonna turn off the console, you're gonna turn it on, and then press eject. Great. Now that you've done that, I've sorted back into the OG Xbox games. We can do as well as you can press X and you can see a full list of games like this, but what's even better is you can press X again, and you'll be in a little search. So let's search for Halo. Halo. And you can press B after you do it. Sorry, and you can see it browse at the bottom tab with all the icons is solid. There it is. So here are the Halos. If I just try and launch Halo, after doing the little trick, you'll see game will actually boot up and work. So yeah, all these OG Xbox games are compatible. It's the 460 that Microsoft originally allowed. I know that there are ways to bypass the limit and start to actually like allow every single game to work, but that can introduce issues, and I'm here to just sort of have the most kind of compatible Xbox, zero hassle, no worry. But if you are interested in buying one, if you let me know you'd like the hacked backwards compatibility, I'd be just fine doing that for you and putting all the other games on. And if you are also wondering, the list of all the games that are on this console, feel free. In the description, you'll see the Excel spreadsheet that gives a list of all the games on the console. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about some emulators and homebrew now. All right, so for some emulators now. I am filtered into the homebrew tab with the left and right bumper menu, so you can kind of just see all the emulators here. Let's start with Super Nintendo. So these emulators are nice because they have their own little in-game menu. I'll show you. So, hold on. Let's do Super Mario Kart, sure. Now you can kind of see that it's all stretched and not looking so hot. Looks kind of weird. If I press in both left and right stick, you'll see a little fun menu here. You're going to want point filtering and keep aspect ratio. If you want some other effects, you can use these, but just keep aspect ratio and point filtering make all the difference. Looks great. Game runs great. There's the top 100 ROMs for SNES, NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. There's Sega Master System, I know. So not all emulators will have this menu. I think only one of them doesn't, and it's one of the Sega emulators. But yeah, this is it looks so much better when you use these two options. Loading the other emulators is basically the same. You go to one of the emulators and it'll show a list of games like how we had. I guess I can go back here and show you. It'll sort of look like this. You can use left bumper to add things to your favorites. It's very sort of bare bones and there's not much to it, but it does work. These games do work. Top 100 ROMs for all the systems as well. Let's now go back to Aurora. All right, now we're here. So you're probably wondering what this weird game looks like, what this is. So XBLIG is Xbox Live Indie Game. And there were almost 3,000 of these games made, and it was by just developers, random people, and they wouldn't have to be passed through any Microsoft sort of certification So it was an easy way for kind of anyone to make or upload their game to the Microsoft Xbox. Now, I don't have the list of games in the main Aurora interface because there's just so many of them. It would take so long for the console to boot up. It just isn't worth it because they're just kind of mini little games that you're not always going to be playing. So instead, it has its own Aurora instance. And to actually launch that, you're going to press A on this Xbox Live Indie Game app. And what this is going to take us to, it's going to take us to just like where we were, but with all Xbox Live Indie games. So I'll let this load. All right, and as you can see, here they all are. This is all Xbox Live Indie games. There's 2,800 of them. Now, not all of them will have cover art. These don't have cover art now because the Aurora just booted up. It's still got to take a little second. There it goes. Not every single game has cover art, and that's just because, these games are sort of obscure, and I couldn't find the cover art for specific games, but, most of them are here, right? Just to prove that it does work, let's play, Absorb. I've never seen this game before, whatever. You'll see this blue screen show up, and then the game will actually boot. Look at that. Fun, right? Pretty cool. Now, no matter where you are on the Xbox, so say I just want to go back to the Xbox Live Indie Game menu, right? Instead of, having to go back to the regular Aurora, then clicking the Xbox Live Indie Game app, I don't want to do that, right? So what you can do is if you press the Xbox button and press Y, you'll see yes and no. Hold down left bumper So I'm holding down left bumper. I'll press yes. I'm still holding left bumper. Hold it for a couple seconds. And you'll be loaded into the Xbox Live indie game Aurora instance. And that can be anywhere on the console. So if you're in an Xbox 360 game and you don't want to also go through those 2 long loading screens of Aurora, you can just hold down left bumper and it'll boot you right into the Xbox Live indie game. Thank you. Let's go back to, yet again, Aurora. Just to prove it did work, that I loaded back into Xbox Live indie game. To go back to Aurora, no matter where you are on the Xbox, you hit the Xbox button, press Y, yes, and don't hold anything down, and just press yes. All right, now we're going to sort of talk about what to do when you actually get the console. Okay, so the console will come in 2 parts. You'll actually have the physical Xbox 360 with the cable coming out, and then next to it you'll have the 12 terabyte hard drive. Now, you're going to need to connect the 12 terabyte hard drive to the console by aligning the SATA connector and making sure you slot it in correctly on the hard drive. It only goes in one way, so don't try and force it the other. Make sure that the hard drive stays flat and isn't going anywhere. You don't want to move it because it is a moving part, and you don't want to knock it over or have it be somewhere that could potentially get knocked over. So once you turn on the console, you'll be greeted into this exact Aurora setup, but you're going to need to connect to the internet to allow you to connect to the stealth server and to be able to play online. So in order to connect to online on the 360, you're going to press A on this app. It's the Xbox 360 dashboard. It's the standard regular one that you'd expect to see on any Xbox. It's like the standard interface. You'll go right bumper all the way to settings, go to system, go to network settings, and you can just click on your Wi-Fi and put in the Wi-Fi password. I'm going to use Ethernet. Give me 1 second here. I just plugged in my Ethernet cable. I'll go to wired network and test Xbox Live. It may or may, and there it goes. So it did work, and I know it worked because exactly, it refreshed, and you can see the loading icon's a little bit different. The tethered is sort of being loaded right now. See how it is here, but it's not. It's funky because the console's supposed to restart. But since it's already been registered, it didn't have to. I'll go back to Aurora here, and there we go. Now it's actually loaded. Tethered is now loaded. Your console will probably restart because whenever it connects to a new network, it has to recheck itself, and it'll auto restart. I'm going to give this a second, boot into Aurora, and show you how to use tethered. All right, we're back. Now that you're connected to the internet and tethered is loaded, we can go to download profile, and you're going to put in your email and password for your Microsoft account. This will download your Xbox Live profile. It's just tied to your Microsoft account. Yeah, do that. All right, so I just loaded up Black Ops 2 to use as an example. I'll just sign in over any random profile. It doesn't matter. So to load mod menus, you should always load them in the pre-lobby. Just because all mod menus are different, so it's hard to tell. If one doesn't work when you load it here, try loading it when you actually are in the game. But a lot of the tethered menus are okay doing it here. So go to tethered menu, go to quick launch, go to menu library. I'm playing Black Ops 2, and I can choose any one of these. Now there are multi-COD menus, and these are really good. Like these are good menus. These work for a bunch of different Call of Duty. So let's say I'll load up Ninja. It's loaded, and at the top right you can kind of see, and at the bottom left you can see how to open it. So it's left and right stick, and there we go. And I use the D-pad to move. Now I am in. You can't use the actual stick. You have to use the D-pad, and I think it's X to select. Yeah, it is X to select. Yeah, so there's like a lot to do in this menu, and yeah, so it's you kind of just gotta. It's a lot of trial and error with mod menus. You have to see which ones you like and don't like, but they are all like pretty generally pretty good. Multi-COD, I'd start with multi-COD. My other favorite BO2 menu is BO2 Engine. It's just a little bit easy. That's like a lot of aimbot. You don't have to worry about homebrew. That's not important. And yeah, that's sort of it with tethered. I did forget to mention something. If you want to unload a mod menu, all you have to do is go back into tethered and hit the same menu again. So I'll go back to menu library, it was multi-cod, and it was Ninja V2, and it'll unload the mod menu. It's sort of like the trainers, but exactly. So that's kind of a caveat to it. Sometimes the console can crash when you load and unload menus like that because they're not necessarily designed to be loaded and unloaded. So just be aware that in-game, don't be switching a lot of menus because you might crash your console. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing like bad will happen. It's just kind of annoying because you now have to wait for Aurora to load. All right, so that is sort of all. There's a full game list in the description in a spreadsheet. It's very comprehensive. There's a lot of filters that are there. This would not have been possible without somebody who had previously bought one of my consoles, and they put in so much work into making sure that this setup actually works and is like has been checked. Like every single one of these Xbox games have been checked, and like so many fixes have been applied, and it really took this takes thousands of hours, and it just is. I'm very, very, very proud of the end result. It's kind of the ultimate Xbox. Every single game you could really want to play from this generation. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm always answering questions down there. Take a look at the description. If you do want to buy one of these, I am actively selling these and will actively be selling these for a very, very long time. So please just feel free to reach out to me. My Reddit and Discord is in the description. Thank you guys so much sticking with me here. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.